Here comes Linda. Okay. All right. So for the first 30 seconds, all we're going to do is stand in a nice even stance, and we're just going to throw arms over the top of the shoulder. So a little bit of twist in the torso and a little bit of movement in the arms. And as you do this work here, just start to tune in. How are your arms feeling? How are your shoulders feeling? Morning, Linda. We need TheraBand and hand weights this morning. All right. And then just get a sense of where your energy level is at. So if you had a big vacation-y weekend and you haven't recouped yet, you might choose to make mindful choices throughout this half hour. But if things are feeling good, now we're going to take it into some what I call cow face arms. So we're just take one arm up, one arm down, and just rotate between the two. It doesn't matter if your hands can touch. We just kind of want to feel around, see how the shoulders are feeling. Notice your energy level. You might already start to feel like your breath come up, especially as you throw your arms around. So kind of notice where you're at this morning. And this is nothing particular, and you don't need to worry about your posture or your ribs or anything like that. Just let your arms move the way they move. All right, now we're gonna take it into a light little, so empty hand, light little squat, touch your shoulders, straighten back up. So that's all we gotta do for the first 30 seconds, just a little bend in the knees, a little bend in the elbows. Notice how your knees are feeling. Let your ankles move a little bit and just kind of notice, how do your shins and calves feel? How do your ankles feel? How do your arms feel? 10 more seconds here, keeping it light. This is just our warm-up. All right, now we're gonna take it into a little bit of a calf raise and then throw the arms up into a big reach. Arms lower down, heels lift, arms raise up. You got it. Ten seconds left. And time. Nice job. Okay, our last warm-up minute is going to use the TheraBand. So you're just going to find a pace and a depth of work that feels good to you and still feels like you're kind of touching base with your muscles and not pushing them into like that full-fledged work. Okay, so step your feet to a nice wide position, toes externally rotated. Nice wide grip on that TheraBand, and we're just going to sink into a nice sumo squat, bring it back in with control. So we're pulling that band apart, bringing it back in, but keep a nice wide grip. So it's not too much effort, but we want to kind of get those pectoral muscles, those armpit chest muscles kind of kicking on right away. Working the grip a little bit. Checking in with your inner thighs, checking in with your knees here. So you're just going to take that sumo squat into a depth that feels good to you, still feels like a warm-up minute. And now we're going to see if we can start to find just a little bit of integrity in our posture. So belly slightly firm. And then as we pull apart, we want to start to focus in on not letting that TheraBand snap you back and ricochet you in, but you come in and out with the same amount of speed and control. We have no speed rounds today, but there are a couple places where speed might be applied if it feels like a place for you to go. And time, nicely done. Okay, set your TheraBand down, grab a light set of weights. We're gonna work in the triceps a little bit, but with a squat. So we're gonna sink into a squat with a little tricep kickback, but then you're hanging in that squat for a second. Do a little squeeze and lift, and then bend and bring it back up. Sink down, tricep kickback, a little squeeze and lift. We got 1 minute on the clock. We're gonna keep this nice and slow. Sink down into that squat, hold that squatted position, a little lift and squeeze, and then bring it back in and up. You got it. Think butt back, bend your knees. So the chest and chin is gonna stay lifted. Yes, nice work, you guys. Ooh, Mara, beautiful form. Yeah, you guys look amazing. Nice job. Fifteen seconds left. And time. Nicely done. Okay, rise on up. Switch back to your TheraBand. Now, you're going to choose the depth of work in your legs that feels the best to you this morning. It's either a staggered stance or you're holding it further out in a lunge. That'll be totally up to you. So you might choose just a staggered stance that's going to put you a little bit off balance so your core gets involved. If you want to go for that big lunge, legs are going to get involved as well. But the upper body is what's really going to have most of the work happening. So palms facing up, find a nice wide grip, and we're going to do a diagonal pull. So we're pulling in one direction and then pulling the other way. So we're angling out. Palms are going to stay facing up for the first 30 seconds. We got 2 minutes on the clock basically because we're holding our staggered stance one way and then the other way. So find your staggered stance or your lunge, palms facing up, pull out at a diagonal, pull out at the opposite diagonal. Same thing here. We want to find that good integrity of work. So we're not letting the band just kind of snap us back in and we're going like super fast. It's nice and controlled. The band gives you feedback coming out and coming in. Yes, nice, you guys, beautiful. And then if you feel like you're not getting enough work, you're just going to get a little bit closer in your grip. So it really challenges that pull. All right, now switch the directions of your palms. Palms are going to face down, but come right back to that diagonal pull apart. Beautiful form. You guys look amazing. Nice work. 5 seconds left on this leg. And time. All right, switch your legs. Come back to that palm facing up grip. We're just switching our lunge or our staggered stance, and we're right back to it. Palms facing up, pull apart at a diagonal, switch to the other side. Keep your legs solid, keep your belly firm. So most of the work is happening in the upper body and the shoulders, but if you're just challenging your stance, then you're getting that core work as well. All right, switch grip, palm facing down, everything else stays the same. And time. Ooh, that is a shoulder burner. Okay, shake out your arm. Now we're gonna take our TheraBand into a little U shape and we're gonna step onto our U shape. So grab the tail ends of your TheraBand. While you're lowering it down, just kind of take a quick peek. Make sure your TheraBand is in good condition, no little tears, no little rips. All is looking good. You're gonna step your feet onto the bottom of that U, crisscross your TheraBand, and now we're gonna take it into our side-to-side monster walks. So we're gonna keep that nice low squatty position. Step about 3 steps to one side of your mat, step about 3 steps to the other side of the mat. Think about pushing out with the blade edge of your foot. We're gonna keep this nice and slow and controlled to start. This is one of those places though that once you've got good form, things are feeling good, you're finding that work coming out of the sides of the thighs and the sides of your glutes, then you might choose to pick up the pace as long as you keep that good integrity. So nice squatty position, pushing out with the blade edge of your foot, holding on tight to the TheraBand. Yes, nice work. Now, while we're upright doing this work, kicking this last minute here, notice if you're wearing shoes, the next move we're gonna do does involve a barefoot bit of work. So if you wanna take a second to kick your shoes off before you come down to the ground, this will be the place to do it. 15 seconds left, you got this. And time. Woo! Go ahead and release that TheraBand. We're coming down into a seated position. Shoes off, socks off if you can. So we're going to sit down onto the ground and we're going to take the TheraBand, wrap it around the bottom of one foot. So we're going to work one foot for 30 seconds, the other foot for 30 seconds. So you're going to get as much of the TheraBand around the ball of the foot and the toe. Once you've got your way there, you're going to get a nice firm grip, and it's going to be a point and flex of the foot. Create as much tension on the TheraBand as you can without the TheraBand kind of rolling off the bottom of your foot. We got 30 seconds on the clock. Find a pace that feels good to you. A nice upright posture. Work your grip a little bit here. Linda, we'll catch you up, Linda. Do both feet because we got 30 seconds left. So just Linda, do both feet and then just point and flex. You got it. Nice. All right, everybody else, step your other foot into that bottom of the loop. Take your other foot out and we're taking it right to the other side. Point and flex. Get as much coverage of the TheraBand around the bottom of your foot so that it doesn't roll around. Sometimes it kind of just wants to roll in on itself. Ten seconds left, not even 10 seconds, 6 seconds left. And time, nice job. Okay, release your foot from your TheraBand. Now we're gonna take it 30 seconds of a crab walk. So we're gonna lift our butt up and we're just gonna start to walk ourselves in that nice little crab. Does not matter what your crab looks like. We just wanna elevate the butt as much as you can off the ground, walk yourself forward, walk yourself back. You're working your shoulders, you're working your legs, you're working your core, but you're gonna make sure you stay safe in your shoulders. If that's a lot and you're just getting some strength back into your shoulders, then you're just gonna probably stay a little bit more stationary and find a lift and a lower, letting your butt hover off the ground and then setting it right back down. It's only 30 seconds of work, but it's 30 seconds of work that might be a lot for some shoulders. So just make sure you're staying safe in your shoulders and your wrists. 7 seconds left. Now, the next time you come back towards the middle of your mat, stay there, and it's gonna be a butt lift. Single arm is gonna reach, lower, let your butt touch down to the ground, switch over to the other side. Single hand is gonna reach up. Now, again, if you're rehabbing the shoulders and it's not quite there yet, you're just gonna stay with a little tilt to one side, leave both arms on the ground. Yes, you guys, nice work. 7 seconds left, you got this. And time. Set your butt down, re-grab your TheraBand. Now we're gonna take that TheraBand right across the chest, put a little tension on, lean back into a little V-sit, start with the heels on the ground. We're gonna twist and reach. Pull apart, reach out at an angle. Keep a lot of tension on that TheraBand. If that feels like it's not quite enough work, you're gonna let your heels hover, work your core a little harder. Still same thing, pull apart and reach. Let your gaze follow your hand as you reach out. So there's a twist in the torso, control in your center. You got it. Nice work, you guys. Beautiful. Twenty seconds left. And time. Beautiful. Okay, set your TheraBand off to the side. We're rolling over onto one side into a little hot potato. So a sideline position. The top leg is going to be internally rotated. So we're going to think about pointing the toes down towards the ground, and we're going to work through the heel. The bottom leg, slightly bent position. Upper body is going to stay stable as it can, and we're just hopping that toe. So think front end of the mat, back end of the mat, and we're keeping the toe pointing down. This is gonna get you working through the side of your thighs, side of your glutes. So that's where we're hoping to find the work. We got 1 minute on the clock. This is one of those moves here where once you've got that movement pattern down, everything feels good. You're keeping the upper body pretty solid. You're finding that work out of the side of the glutes. Then you might choose to pick up the pace and go with a little bit of speed. You're already halfway there. Ten seconds left. You got this. Woo! And time. Bend that knee. Now we're taking it right into a side plank. So you're going to prop yourself up, probably on the taller arm, but you're going to see what feels good to you here. You're going to lift up. As you lift up, top leg is going to lift, top arm is going to lift, lower everything back down. Lift up and reach. Lower it down with control. Now, if you're working on rehabbing the shoulder and you need that little extra support, elbow and forearm down, you might choose to just go with that side lift, lifting the hips away from the ground. That might feel a little bit safer and more controlled in the shoulder. You do want to make sure that that whole shoulder and upper body is nice and strong and braced as you lift up. And if everything is feeling good, you're taking it full tilt, lifting up, lifting the top leg, lifting the arm. And then if that feels like it's not quite enough work, you're going to grab a hand weight and either load up at the shoulder or load up at the side of your thigh. That'll be totally up to you. Whatever variation you choose, you got 20 seconds left. Nice work, you guys. Awesome. And time. Nicely done. Okay, spin it around to the other side. We're back to that hot potato. So bottom leg bent or straight, that's totally up to you, just whatever feels more stable. But the top leg, toe is pointing down. So we want to imagine that we're lifting the heel upward towards the sky and we're hopping it forward and back. Touching to the back side of your mat, touching to the front side. Nice. This might feel a little harder on this side because we already burned out the side of the glutes doing those side lifts. Nice job, you guys. Nice job keeping that toe pointing down. That's awesome. And time. Beautiful. Bend that leg, bring it in, take it right into that side plank with the leg lift. So prop yourself up, make sure that shoulder's nice and braced. We lift up and lower with control. We got 1 minute on the clock. You choose the variation here that makes sense to you. One side might be totally different than the other. So if you've got one shoulder that needs that little bit of extra care, here's where you might choose to keep it elbow and forearm down, just lifting the hips up, lowering with control, finding that strength in that upper part of the shoulder. But if all things are feeling good, firing on all 8 cylinders this Monday morning, you got it. Nice job. You're already halfway there. And time. Awesome. All right, spin it around. We're coming onto our back. It's gonna be a little single leg work. If you like, have your hand weights nearby. We're gonna use them for a chest press, not right away, but come down onto your back. First things first, we're working on the right leg. Left leg can stay bent or can be long. That'll be totally up to you. But we're gonna reach the right leg up towards the ceiling. First 30 seconds, we're gonna point the toe. Second 30 seconds, we're gonna flex the foot. We're gonna draw little circles in the air. So think 6 to 9 inches of circle, but then we're gonna start to find some solidness. So think about firming up your belly. We want that leg to be strong. All right, reverse directions, go the other way, but keep the toe pointed. Body stays nice and strong and stable. You're gonna feel some movement, but we don't wanna be wiggling all over the place. All right, now flex the foot, same thing. Keep the foot flexed, draw your circles. Keep the foot flexed, draw your circles the other way. And time, beautiful. Set that foot down, switch right over to the other side. Left leg extends up, point the foot, draw your circles, and away we go. About 6 to 9 inches, so think pretty small. We're gonna stay anchored in our right leg. Arms are gonna help anchor. Abdominal muscles are gonna help anchor you. Awesome, keep the toe pointed, go the other way. Nice work, you guys. Yes, Robbie's using her TheraBand to add that little bit of tension. That's awesome. All right, now flex the foot, but keep the rest going. Keep the foot flexed, reverse circles, go the other way. And time, awesome. Okay, both legs are gonna go nice and long. We're gonna keep an active position with the body. So flex your feet slightly, almost as if you're standing on the ground, but you're in the supine position. Legs are gonna be kicked on, abdominal muscles are gonna be kicked on, and we're gonna do a chest press, but we're gonna maintain that integrity. So think mountain pose if you like to do yoga, or just imagine that you're standing up, but you're in the supine position. So legs are gonna stay active. Glutes are slightly squeezed. So you're gonna think about squeezing your butt just a little bit so you maintain that natural curve in your low back. And we're just pushing up towards the ceiling and lowering with control. We got 1 minute on the clock. Now, if you prefer to use your TheraBand, you're gonna just put it right underneath where your bra line would be, and you're pressing straight out from the chest from there. But otherwise, if you're using your hand weights, we're keeping that solid position. So feet are flexed, legs are active, glutes are squeezing in towards each other just slightly to keep the butt firm. Once you've got that motion pattern down, if you want to add an element of speed, as long as you're using weights that are appropriate for you. Nice form, Karen. That looks awesome. Beautiful, Judy. Yeah, man, you guys look great. 25 seconds left. And time. Nice job. Okay, set your weights off to the side just for a second. Walk your feet in. We're gonna start with a single leg hip bridge, but we're gonna alternate between the two legs. So as you lift up, right leg's gonna push up towards the sky, release back down, switch over to the other side. So think of this almost like a walk. One foot sets down and then the other. And then once you've got that going on, we're gonna add just an element of push. So as you push upward towards the ceiling, imagine you're pushing through your heel as well. So we wanna push through the bottom heel and the top heel, and almost imagine that you're pushing something off and away from you. Alternate between the two legs, push up and out. Let your arms be your anchor, but then if that's feeling like it's not quite enough work, You're gonna take some hand weights, load them up at the hip points, but your legs are gonna do all the heavy lifting, so your arms are just gonna hold your weights in place. Nice push, you guys. That's awesome. Great job. 25 seconds left. And time. Awesome work. All right, now we're gonna go 1 minute one side, 1 minute on the other side. We're doing the first half of a Turkish get up. So bend your left knee, load your weight into your left hand, right arm is gonna extend out. You're gonna push that weight up towards the ceiling, sit all the way up, keep that weight up, lower yourself back down with control. Keep the weight all the way up. Arm stays up the whole time. And then if you've got that part down and you want to go full Turkish get up, you're going to press up, press into your right hand, flip that right leg around. Left arm stays up the whole time. You come full to standing, come back down, hand comes all the way down. That left arm stays up the whole time. So if you're just doing the half Turkish get up, you're just going to stay in that down position. You're not going to come all the way up to standing. Lovely, you're already halfway there. Nice work, you guys. That looks amazing. And time. Awesome. Now, as you come on down, step your right leg in, switch your weight to the other side, left hand swings out, and away we go. We push up and out. Now, if you want to go with that full Turkish get up on this side, you're going to keep that right arm extended up, push into your left hand, you swing that left leg around and in, come all the way up to standing, step back down, hand helps assist, swing that leg through, but the right arm stays up the whole time. If you prefer just that half Turkish get up, keep the right hand up the whole time. You still get plenty of work without the second half of that move. If you like working with the breath, you're gonna exhale on that big effort to come up. And time. The next time you come up, stay there. Set your weight off to the side, swing your legs around. We're floating through a tabletop position. So find your tabletop first. We're gonna take it up into a down dog position. So lift your butt up, step your right leg into a nice big lunge. Right hand reaches up to the sky. Right hand down, step that right foot back. Left foot steps forward, left hand reaches up. Take a few times, alternating between the two. This is a nice big full body mobility work. So we work in the hips, we work in the knees, we work in the ankles, we work into the shoulders. So there's so much going on here. Lovely. Now, the next time the right foot steps forward into that lunge, bring your left knee down, sink into that nice big lunge. Think heart forward, look forward, take a big giant breath. Awesome. Curl the back toes under, pick your back knee up, slide that right leg back. We're going to switch to the other side. Left foot's going to step forward into that nice wide lunge position. Bring your back knee down, release your toes, and then think heart forward and look forward. Nice. Curl your back toes under, pick your back knee up, slide that left foot back, and now we're gonna walk our feet forward, hands in. So we're gonna come into a nice little folded position. Come slightly halfway up in your folded position, but your arms are gonna dangle, and then you're just gonna draw your arms in circles. Let them circle in one direction. Let your arms circle the other way. Nice, and then bend your knees a lot. Pull your abdominal muscles and roll up to standing. As you come on up, left arm is gonna come across the body, grab the back of the arm, drop your shoulder down. Take a couple little tick-tocks of your head side to side. Excellent. When you're ready, switch to the other side. Bring the other arm across, drop the shoulder down, and then tick-tock your head a little side to side. Nice. One more little tick-tock of the head side to side, and then grab your TheraBand, and we're just going to take a quick shoulder over. So I like to, when I'm using the TheraBand for my shoulder over, I actually like to double it up, but you just get it whatever handhold works good for you. A little bit of space so your arms have room to move away from the back of your body. Once you've got your arms set up, bend your knees, hinge from your waist, fold over, let your arms fall away from your back. Take one more breath. Nice. Bend your knees a lot. Lift from the top of your head. Let your chest follow. Come up nice and slow. Shrug out your shoulders. You guys are awesome. Grab your tennis ball.